Welcome everyone to my channel. My name is Briöna. I'm a shamanic practitioner and a soul mentor. In these videos, I come here each month to share with you shamanic messages for the new moon. I look at the new moon as a way of inspiration, of rebirth, a new beginning. And with this and sharing these shamanic messages, you can take these and infuse them into what this time is for you. What are you creating? What are you working on? What are you healing? And adding to the fire. So this is for the new moon in Taurus. If you are watching this at a later time and this energy is just drawing you in for some reason, that's totally fine. Receive these messages, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're here for this new moon in Taurus, welcome. These messages are coming in through this time. So when I deliver shamanic messages, I take inspiration inspired by my training, inspiration inspired by my ancestry. So there's Nordic Shamanism inspired magic here, Seidr, and also different elements of the way in which I connect to spirit and sharing that with you. So to begin, I'm going to share messages I received on my soul walk. My soul walks are a time where I walk the land and I am open to receiving guidance. I look at the elements that are really present and alive. I listen to the birds. I feel the ground underneath I feel the ground underneath my feet speak to me and share. So through my soul walk, I will be sharing with you some of these messages. This is inspired also by a traditional utiseta, which is where a Norse shaman would go out into nature to practice Seidr, and they would most of the time go alone, which I did, but they would sit overnight listening, connecting to the spirits of nature. I do not do these overnight, and I do not sit overnight in nature, as it's a little dangerous where I live, being in Colorado. That's the time where most of the big animals come out, and to respect my practice, to respect their space, I just do this during the day. So it is inspired by this, however, and I do often sit or sometimes I walk, but I hold a similar intention, and I try to remain far away from noise, society, things like that. So let us begin by sharing you some of the messages and guidance I received for this new moon on my soul walk. When the land awakens, you awaken. When the land goes within, you go within. This is a moment where we fine-tune how we wish to lead this expression, the way in which we awaken, and or the way in which we choose to go within. It is all led by what our intention may be. This is a time to clarify your intentions, to see your visions, and to feel the way forward. To follow your rhythm and to know that the orchestra, that spirit and nature and your higher self are coming together to share, and your own song to sing with harmony the more you follow your rhythm. Each day, each moment, your rhythm can change. So when you follow your rhythm, you will change. And this change will help you to awaken and or to go deeper within, both allowing you to see yourself and to know yourself more truly. As I share this message right now, it is raining so much. There's actually a storm approaching. So with that, wow, it's just really, really beautiful. I hope you can hear it on the camera. Allow yourself to really feel these spirits and they will feel you and strengthen this connection and help you to feel your rhythm. It's so magical. All right. So the elements that are really strong at this time, this is the new moon in Taurus, so the earth element is really strong. Currently, water is coming through wildly, so I'm sure that there's many pockets here for healing. I would say especially when it comes to following our own rhythm, not needing to follow someone else's path or someone else's rhythm, but following our own rhythm. And I would say naturally things may come up around that, probably inner child healing, maybe things when it comes to your work. So this is also like adult healing. If you're in your later years, reflecting on these things and still connecting to what your rhythm is, and or maybe expressing that more, feeling free and not afraid to express that, as the rain is not afraid to come down hard. When it needs to, it will. And I would say another element that's playing in here is air. As through this transition, I like to share these messages for you to connect to this guidance between now and the next new moon. And by the time we meet for the next new moon, we'll be in Gemini. So we're connecting to the element of air, connecting to our thoughts, more so clearing thoughts, any beliefs that do not feel aligned with our rhythm. And that earth, the drum beat, is the rhythm of our soul, and aligning with what that means for us. So the next piece of shamanic message and northern magic I like to share is called Gandur, and it is a way of channeling and sharing song. The words of this song are going to come through my heart, going to come through my soul, with the intention of connecting to guidance, connecting to healing around these messages I'm talking about. More so something that you are just feel open to receive if you feel called. Sometimes these come through as more guidance and clarification, but sometimes they just come through as a healing, almost like light language. But this is a little bit different. So I am going to also use another skill of mine, which is to channel the Akashic records, and I am going to open them as I channel these songs for you. So this is Gandur inspired magic. I hope you enjoy it. Help my Wolfpack community and I to understand all that needs to be understood. Help my Wolfpack community and I to remember all that needs to be remembered. Help my Wolfpack community and I to feel all that needs to be felt. The Akashic records are here, are here, are here. What is your truth? What is your truth? How do you feel? What do you know? What is your truth? What is your truth? Share it and be it and know it, see it. What is your truth? Show. Clear the fear by speaking your truth. Clear the fear by knowing your truth. Honor your truth, live your truth. Listen to you. Know the way through. Be connected to the subtleties of you. To grow, to become brand new. See yourself in a new light. Breathe in your new life. See yourself in a new light and come to live. Come to live. Come to live in peace. Alright, so for the last piece of this message, I like to draw everything in, root it, ground it, integrate it by applying it to messages received from the runes. Runes are ancient shamanic northern symbols. They come from the Old Norse. They're very old, they're very magical. So I will read the runes and share, again, tips, tools, integration to carry these messages forward with us into the next new moon. So our most prominent rune, the rune to be most in focus, is the rune Yeda. This is the rune of harvest, seasons, cycles, but most importantly, celebrating ourselves, witnessing ourselves. I think by that song that I shared, knowing your truth, feeling your truth, seeing your truth, celebrating your truth is also a big part of this. Celebrating your creation, celebrating all the hard work that you've done to be able to know yourself, or taking that moment. But making sure that you're taking that moment to really receive, practicing the art of receiving, whether that's receiving compliments from others, receiving love, receiving support, receiving recognition for your work, things of this nature. Harvest, bounty, seasons, moving with your own rhythm. That really hits the nail on the head for this. Yeda. So there's 3 runes below this to help continue to add to this, and how we might work with Yeda, and how we might work with connecting to our own rhythm, celebrating as we go, honoring ourselves. So the first rune we have here is Briöna, the rune of birth, the rune of home, the rune of new beginnings. So as we harvest, making sure that after we harvest, we take space to plant new seeds of intention. We will be going through a cycle, Yeda, of rebirth. So keeping that in mind, and when we go through rebirths, it can be really beautiful to have an intention in place. Next we have the rune Manas, the rune of humanity, mankind. It's also known as the healer's rune. It's in this sideways position, however. And what this means is when it comes to humanity, when it comes to the thought of humanity or mankind, this rune might point to us not feeling really connected to humanity or mankind, and or feeling a little separated, not fully feeling like we found our place or footing. And Yeda will help with this. When you connect to nature, when you connect to your rhythm, you may find along the way that there are certain groups or certain places within society or mankind that we don't relate to, and that's okay. You're following your rhythm, but you might find these spaces and be able to connect deeper with people who recognize that rhythm and maybe share a piece of that within themselves as well. So it's okay to let go, to honor what was, but also by embracing your rhythm, your own rhythm, you're embracing more of that connection to humanity and to society as a whole, which is really supportive when you're on a spiritual journey, having that connection. And then the last rune we have here is Urus, which is the rune of strength. It's actually the rune of collective strength. So again, kind of hinting at humanity here and our connection with one another. This rune is also in a sideways position. So this would typically point to us feeling possibly our energy, our life force feels a little stagnant. It doesn't feel as, possibly not feeling as strong. So they're saying basically to strengthen this, connecting to your rhythm, connecting to your harvest, your needs, receiving that, taking space to receive that and to honor that, you can feel stronger by doing that. You can also feel more stronger and more of your life force come back during this rebirth. And also by, again, trying to connect to the folks around you or aspects of humanity that actually truly resonate with you. And honoring that, again, honoring your rhythm. So being careful of where you're putting your energy, making sure that it does feel in alignment, making sure it is honoring yourself, making sure it's just as much an act of receiving as it is giving. I would also say with manas in this position, maybe we're giving away too much, not honoring ourselves enough, our time, our energy, our resources. So that is our rune read. This would be the end of these shamanic messages as a whole. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you enjoy my work, if you enjoy my messages, I have many offerings on my website. I also offer one-to-one mentorship if you would like to learn some of this wisdom and teachings. And especially if you really connected to the runes and these symbols and enjoyed this portion of the reading, and you want to read the runes yourself to help guide you on your path with your own questions, to relate closer to your ancestors, to use these as tools for healing or magic work, then I have a new offering that just came out. It's called Runic School. It's a 1-month journey through each 24 runes of the Elder Fufrark, the oldest form of the runes. And if that interests you at all, I'll put the link below for that and my other offerings I mentioned below. I'm giving you so much love, a big, warm, juicy hug. Thank you for being here. Subscribe if these messages support you. If you want to continue to know when I upload and share medicine, I appreciate you for watching. And I hope you have a beautiful month, new moon, and enjoy connecting to your rhythm.